I received a package from Atelier Materi. Let's talk about it. Hi guys, I'm Tiago. Welcome back to my channel. And today I would like to make sort of an introduction, first impressions on the house of Atelier Materi, which is a house I actually got some time and respect for. I think they prioritize a lot the quality of ingredients, although the fragrances aren't as long-lasting and powerful as many people like. I actually like that they are soft and natural feeling. They feel well put together, classy, not obnoxious, and I appreciate that a lot. They are, for the most part, sort of simple fragrances from what I remember, because I've tried them at Essence last year, not this year, so last year, and also at Jovoy. So it's both of them are very fragrance saturated environments, so this will be a proper first impressions, although I've already smelt them, but it was not the appropriate environment to try them. So let's start off as always with my scent of the day, which is the new Cèdre Figalia. This was the full bottle they sent me. This was sent by the brand, both the fragrance and the sample set that we are going to talk about. And as the name implies, this is a fig fragrance. Not just fig, it has some soft citruses in a tasteful dose. They are soft citruses. It's more of a bergamot, maybe a hint of grapefruit. The fig comes right at you like a fig leaf and a green, dewy, freshly picked fig. That's what I get the most. It isn't as creamy of a fig as it is, for example, Philosicos from Diptyque. That one on my skin gets much more creamier than this one. And then the base is mainly a cedary, very clean, maybe a little bit of ambroxan to give it some lift. Again, as most of the fragrances in this collection, this is a very soft, gentle, natural feeling fragrance. It doesn't scream. That's why I just sprayed a lot, because it's also very refreshing, and it's light, and it's classy, and it's tasteful, and very enjoyable to me. I love the smell of figs. I'm from the south of Portugal, and the figs there are abundant, and they are part of our culture. Actually, the south of Portugal has many sweets and desserts and a lot of stuff based off of figs, because there are so many figs. So I have very positive memories associated with figs, and that's why I love this scent so much. And this is a very simple, very clean, very fresh, green, uplifting, slightly watery as well, I would say. There's a slightly watery, slightly mineralic side to it. It just feels invigorating, carefree. This in a very hot summer's day would work wonders. I've been wearing it for the past 2 days since I received it, and I've sprayed it like around the house, and you know, not always am I positive with the stuff I receive. You can see a good example of that in my last video. I won't mention them again because it was, well, not to my taste. But this one is right up my alley. I love figs. I love classy, understated fragrances at the moment. And this is a very nice, gentle fig with citruses and woods. Very simple, straightforward, nothing groundbreaking, but very enjoyable. And I will be wearing this a lot during the last days of spring and summer as well. In the hot days of summer, this will work great. Now, they also sent me a discovery kit. These are the first 6, I think, and extra 3. They are the most recent that don't fit in this little discovery set. So yeah, 6 here plus 3 extra. One of them we don't need to talk about anymore, which is the Cèdre Figalia. This one we'll just discard. So we have 8 fragrances to talk about. Let's get into them. I believe most of the collection was launched in 2019. There was one launched last year, which I experienced at Essence, which was Cuir Nilam. The other year before, so 2022, there was a rose they launched, which is Rose Ardoise. Narcise Taiji was launched in 2021. We'll start sort of by order, even though the rest of them were launched in the same year, so 2019, the launch year for the brand. I know my personal favorite, which is Cacao Porcelana. It's also possibly the most talked about from the brand. From what I gather, what I remember, more people have talked about that one over the years. But I remember I liked a lot the Bois d'Ambrette and also Rose Ardoise and the Poivre Pomelo. But we'll see, we'll go through them. So let's start off with Bois d'Ambrette, because I do love a good ambrette scent, and it will be nice to explore them without a fragrance saturated environment. I will be spraying them on the box, on the little sample box, because I don't have blotters here, and this is a pretty nice absorbent paper to test it in on the inside that doesn't have any ink. So let's just spray it on. Of course, I will be testing these on skin later on, but I won't be spraying 9 fragrances on my skin now, because that would be tragic. Even though they are light, classy, well put together for the most part, from what I remember. But I have a very blurred image of them in my head, even though I remember enjoying them a lot when I first tried them. Yeah, Bois d'Ambrette, ambrette can have slightly fruity, slightly pear-like aspects, like it has, for example, in Dior Homme Intense. It can have slightly boozy nuances as well, like it has, for example, on Nasomato Baraonda or Chanel No. 18 from the Les Exclusifs. And here it has a bit of both, and it's also very powdery to my nose, and yeah, very, very powdery, pear-like, slightly boozy, and dry, powdery, musky. Of course, ambrette is the vegetal substitute, or one of the vegetal substitutes for animal musk, and it works great, and it's a note that I love. And this one is very simple, very straightforward, very pleasant, very classy. This would be a great signature scent for someone who enjoys ambrette, and I do enjoy my ambrette scents. Yeah, I will be wearing this one more. Would I pick this over something like No. 18 from Chanel? Probably not, because I do love No. 18. I want to get a bottle eventually. But this is really nice. Really nice. Understated, classy, clean, powdery, musky. Off to a good start. Bois d'Ambrette. Now, I know this one is my favorite from the line, and it is Cacao Porcelana. And I remember it being almost a cakey, chocolatey scent, very fluffy, slightly boozy, but we'll check it out. And it will be great to remember the scent of this one. It's kind of grayish, bluish, the liquid. Kind of unexpected. Let's spray it. Yeah. Oh wow. This is more interesting. Well, this is more interesting than I remembered. I remember it being very straightforward, cacao, powdery, cakey, but there's sort of a varnish note to it in the opening, and it's not like that alcoholic blast you get in the opening. It's not that. It has a varnish note in the opening along with the cacao, and a dusty, earthy blow right up top, but it's fading right off, and it's getting a bit boozy, yeah, like a chocolate liqueur, or as if you were eating some sort of cake with a glass of rum on the side. Again, very simple, very soft, but it's an interesting cacao fragrance, this one. the name does make sense. If you smelled it, there's this abstract touch to it that makes it a Cacao Porcelana, as a sort of abstract note that I was picking up as varnish, but it could be interpreted as something else. Very interesting cacao, refined, well done. Again, very soft. I tested this on skin before and it didn't last very much, which, I mean, for the price, you would like it to last a bit more, but for someone with a huge collection that wears 2 or 3 fragrances a day at times, sometimes, of course, I wear just one, but sometimes I like to wear more than 1 fragrance a day, and I like these type of fragrances that just don't last forever, because I've had it enough with huge fragrances, to be honest. Sometimes I do like them, of course, but yeah, this one I think will keep being my favorite, but let's see. Cacao Porcelana. Now, as some of you might know, my favorite note in fragrances is iris, and this is their iris, Iris Ebène. And by the name, I assume it is sort of an woody, maybe powdery iris. Let's see. I do like when fragrances make that accord of ebony wood. So let's see how it's used in Iris Ebène. Let's air it out and see how it is. Yep. Very soft vegetal. Very vegetal, papery iris. Maybe with a bit of violet. Musky, powdery, woody. It does have that dusty wood shelf smell in the background. And it's changing a bit. Again, soft, refined, which I absolutely love about this brand. The focus on the ingredients and just craftsmanship is really good. Even though they are very simple and light and soft. This is, yeah, I love iris, and this is not a multifaceted iris, I don't think. It's not buttery, it's not rooty, maybe a bit rooty, but it's not very earthy. It's more on the vegetal, powdery, papery side. Yeah, with soft woods, dusty, very dusty and powdery. Vegetal, yeah, interesting. Again, I love iris, and this one is a very refined and simple iris, which I can enjoy, definitely. So, Iris Ebène. Now, this one, I believe it would be great for the summer, because I do love a well-done grapefruit. I don't like grapefruit all the time, but and I like many types of grapefruit. Like, for example, the dense, meaty, sweet grapefruit of Overture Man from Amouage is another category. But I do love, for example, I know this is basic as hell, but Tiger from Bulgari, because it has a very bright, sharp grapefruit, very fresh for the summer, and I do enjoy it a lot, even though I don't have it. It's a simple fragrance, just Ambraxon and grapefruit, but I do enjoy it. Another one I do enjoy in that style is Garnalo Midéal Cologne, which has been discontinued, but it's a very nice grapefruit, fresh grapefruit, simple again, but and this grapefruit from Atelier Materi is Poivre Pomelo. So let's test out Poivre Pomelo, which I assume will be powdery and grapefruit by the name, but let's see. Couple of good sprays in there. Oh yeah, very, very bright. Yeah, okay. So it is a sharp grapefruit, a little bit medicinal, a little bit rindy in the opening. It has a bitterness to it, but it feels like a spray of grapefruit. You know, when you're peeling a grapefruit or an orange and you get that spray off the skin, of the zest. Yeah, it smells very realistically of that spray of the zest. Yeah, Very, very nice. Well done grapefruit. Very simple, again. It will probably behave differently and evolve on skin, of course, but just here on paper, first impressions. This is just unfiltered first impressions. Very nice, vivid, bright, bitter, acidic grapefruit. When it's bitter, it's great for the heat. Yeah, it's very realistic and uplifting. Very nice, simple, again, understated. The powdery side is starting to come on, and this is a nice grapefruit. Poivre Pomelo. Now, one of my favorite wood notes in perfumery is sandalwood, and this is their sandalwood. Santal Blond. I do love sandalwood, so let's see how this one behaves. Okay. Creamy, sharp, very nice. I wouldn't equate this to a very realistic, well, actually maybe. Because it is changing. It doesn't hit you like a hammer on the head, like those synthetic components, replacements of sandalwood, like Javanol, that are really potent. That, for example, Orto Parisi uses a lot in their compositions. Huge doses of Javanol, which have that characteristic sandalwood-like smell, but very aggressive and potent. This one doesn't have that. I don't know if it has real sandalwood in it, because it's very rare to come by and very expensive and not very sustainable nowadays. So I don't know if it has real sandalwood. If it does, I don't know if it's from India or from Australia, or I won't get into specifics because I'm not sure, but it smells like a great simulation, at least, or if it's the real thing, then great, of sandalwood. It's got the temple-like, cold, woody, powdery aspects. It has these slight fig, slightly milky tones that sometimes sandalwood can have. Yeah, it has the slightly rosy tones that sandalwood can have. Very soft, powdery. Yeah, this is a very nice sandalwood. Again, doesn't seem like a sandalwood that's hitting you over the head with a hammer. It's not that style at all. It's very soft and gentle, and I really like that. Would I pay this brand's money for it? Probably not. I would most likely buy something at this price range, like Bois des Îles from Chanel, because it has a little bit more going on. This seems like a very simple fragrance, which, again, I enjoy, and the sandalwood does have all of those nuances that I love about sandalwood. It's not just a woody note. It has more nuances to it, which I appreciate. So yeah, really nice, gentle sandalwood, Santal Blond. Now the one from 2021, Narcise Taiji. And I'm not sure what to expect from this one, because I don't remember trying it. I know I tried it at Essence last year, because they showed me the whole range, and the lady was very nice. And there was also the perfumer for Cuir Nilam last year, and I talked with her. Very nice, again, very passionate. But let's see Narcise Taiji, because I don't remember it well. Again, it will probably be a Narcissus fragrance. And it is. Okay, up top, it has that aldehydic, slightly metallic green, almost hairspray-like nuances that Narcissus can have. Yeah, it feels a bit hairspray-ish at the top. And I know Narcissus can have some, at least for me, to my nose, because my grandma used to have a lot of Narcissus flowers, and she loved them. And And I remember these nuances from smelling the actual flowers, and this does have that, but as it has more things in the background, like a bit of woodiness. It's slightly green as well, slightly powdery, very gentle, but I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan, to be honest. The opening does throw me off a little bit. I don't like when fragrances do that hairspray kind of thing, but it's okay. It's not for me. Narcise Taiji. This one was from 2022, and this year I'm coming around to rose a lot. My next full bottle purchase will actually be a rose, and you'll see that from Les Indémodables will be Rose Jamal. I'm very excited to pick that one up. And this one is Atelier Materi's rose, and it is Rose Ardoise. And Rose Ardoise, I remember it vaguely, but I'm not sure, so let's spray it and see how it is. So like I said, I'm coming around to rose. I was not a big rose fan at the beginning of my journey. Now, a few years in, I'm really enjoying rose a lot. So, okay, this is a different rose, slightly boozy up top. Slightly flinty. You know how some fragrances can have that impression, like some of the Hermès fragrances can have a flinty, mineralic side to them. This up top is a bit boozy to my nose. The rose is here, but not like a full red rose. It's a soft rose petals kind of impression in the opening. Sorry for the sirens in the background. Yeah, very dry, peculiar, very mineralic, and it's weird, and I like it. It's peppery as well. Peppery, mineralic, and the rose in the background, slightly green rose. It's strange, and I'm into it. Very dry and peppery and spiky. Interesting. I wouldn't, if I smelled this blindly without knowing what it was, I wouldn't say this had rose. It comes across as more green and mineral and spiky. It's hard to explain. It's very weird and abstract, a bit abstract. Rose Ardoise. Last but not least, this I smelled last year, and I talked with the perfumer for it, who was actually, just for the sake of it, I will also have all the perfumers listed as always on screen, but just because I spoke with this perfumer personally, and she was very nice, it was Céline Perdriel. I was not familiar with her work. I'm not familiar with her work besides Cuir Nilam, and I remember I wasn't like blown away by this, but it was nice. It was a nice leather fragrance. Yeah, okay, so it has up top that ombre leather by Tom Ford kind of feel. It's dry, it's very easy to get along with if you like those more accessible leathers. This doesn't smell like a Peau d'Espagne or a Russian leather with smoky nuances, none of that, okay? This is very clean, very mineralic again, so it's, but not like Ganymede from Marc-Antoine Barrois, that's a suede mineralic thing, doesn't go that way. It's more on the ombre leather by Tom Ford kind of vibe, which is why I wasn't very impressed by it. It's very well done, it's very refined, the materials are quality, and it is evolving a bit. There's a hint of rose here. I pick up more rose here than on the Rose Ardoise, funnily enough. But yeah, it's attractive. It's a very attractive scent. Would I buy it? No, because I already have Ombre Nomade that serves me a great purpose for this type of leather. It's sweeter, attractive. It's not very sweet per se. It has that leather sweetness, if you know what I'm talking about, that commercial leather sweetness, but here it's more refined, softer, and not harsh in any way. but it does go in that direction. So not very exciting to me, but nice leather scent nonetheless. So Cuir Nilam. Guys, thank you very much for watching. These were my first impressions of Atelier Materi, the whole line, and also the new Cèdre Figalia, which I'm very fond of and I'll be wearing a lot for a lighter, fresher, uplifting fig fragrance that just feels great in the heat, and I'm enjoying wearing it a lot for the past 2-3 days now since I've received it. And yeah, just I love fig, and this one makes me happy, makes me smile. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Let's talk in the comments. I also always appreciate seeing you here and hearing your thoughts about the fragrances we're talking about. So yeah, thank you for watching again, and see you in the next one. Bye.